Do you think the West Ham fans will be delighted that they've got him, Michael?
Look, David Moyes did an excellent job at West Ham United. He won them a trophy. But there was always that, in terms of football. But Lopetegui, no one seemed to be too excited by Julian Lopetegui's appointment, despite what he'd achieved in Spain. It was a difficult period for him at Wolves. I think he wanted a bit more money, and it didn't really totally work out for him. But West Ham didn't really fit. But Graham Potter, for him, it gets to a stage. He's linked with so many jobs. He was linked with he offered the Ajax job. He had to get back into football. It's not as if West Ham are bottom of the league. They're what, 13th, 14th. So, and he's got a very decent squad there as well. OK, Jarrod Bowen's injured at the moment, but I think it's a good move for Graham Potter. It's a big club, West Ham, 60,000 stadium, 60,000 every week. I think it's a good move for him.
Dharmesh, we said they won the window, didn't we, in the summer? They spent a lot of money. Do you see that Potter's going to have to play with those players, or will he get a few in this window?
That's a good question. I mean, the start of this window has been quite quiet for West Ham United, but that was to be expected because there's been such conjecture over the future of Julian Lopetegui going back over a month now, when before that Wolves game, it was almost make or break for him. He managed to win that game, and then the following 3 games they were unbeaten. There was a couple of draws and another win against Southampton, and then came those 2 defeats against Liverpool and Manchester City, and those heavy defeats. And then it was decided, are they going to change the managerial position? So you would have expected the transfer side of West Ham United in this window to be pretty quiet until the managerial situation got sorted out. Now we know Julian Lopetegui has been sacked earlier on today, and it's not actually official from West Ham United just now. It's just our senior reporter Rob Dorsett says that Potter has actually signed that contract, so we're just waiting for official confirmation now from West Ham United that indeed he is the new manager, which we expect him to be, and signing a 2.5-year contract. But I'm sure in the discussions that Graham Potter will have had with Tim Stuyton and the board at West Ham United, the transfer window would have come up, the amount of money maybe would have come up, but also he would have been made aware the amount of money that was spent, as you mentioned, in the last summer's transfer window. So we'll have to work with some of those players as well. Now, I'm sure West Ham United will want to be busy in the final 2 or 3 weeks of this transfer window. I think he'll want to get his feet under the table first of all, see what he's got, and then find out who he wants to keep and who they think they will need. But I think there'll be quite a lot of eyes on Tim Stuyton this time, actually, because as much as you're saying they won the transfer window in the summer, by deduction, it's not worked out because they've had to sack the manager. Now, the manager was chosen by committee. This one seems to be Tim Stuyton's choice because there was a little bit of disagreement, we're told, at board level whether Graham Potter was or wasn't the right man to take West Ham United forward. So he's put it out there. Graham Potter is his guy. He will have given him probably assurances about what kind of players and kind of budget they'll have. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of transfer business they'll do. And you're mentioning tomorrow, I mean, there's a press conference that's been called for 9 o'clock in the morning. West Ham United, like every other club, are duty-bound to hold a news conference before a game. They play on Friday night in the FA Cup third round against Aston Villa, but provided all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, which we think they have been now, according to Rob Dorsett, then it will be Graham Potter who will be presented in front of the media. And I think it's at the London Stadium, this news conference, as opposed to the training ground. So that might give you a clue that something is afoot with regard to Graham Potter being officially announced as the West Ham boss.